Morning. It is Monday. Welcome to another weekly vlog. Turn the corner. Jesus Christ.
It's Valentine's Day, darling.
It is Valentine's Day.
I'm chimping.
Well, I'm driving. I'm sorry.
Oh, denied.
Right,
denied.
so he wants me to kiss him while I'm driving.
Good way to die.
We are currently on the way to the Game of Thrones studio tour in Banbridge. It's just after 11 o'clock in the morning. We should be there about 12:30. The tour thing starts at 1. So, well, the shuttle bus is at 1. I don't know how far that is, but we don't need to go there. We can get to park outside of the place, courtesy of my blue badge.
Blue Peter badge?
Yeah, blue Peter badge. So Isaac's been whinging about how long he has to wait to get there. No hint of realising how lucky he is to actually be going there. So yeah, just another lovely day. I'm not going to talk because I don't want to take up loads of space on my phone, because anyone that has an iPhone will know they're hideously bad with storage space, so I need to keep as much as I can for when we get there. So yeah guys, I shall talk to you later. BT323SG, that's right. 245 Castle.
Are we here?
No, we're not here.
It looks a bit damp.
Clearly not here. So I don't even... I can see a lot of
going
help.
that way, so
I've just stopped it.
No, you haven't. I can see the lumber's going up. Stop! There's a security place. I know that, so we're not
oh no.
I think we're here. Well, that'll be it there.
Here we are, ready to go into the Game of Thrones studio tour. Yes, we're coming now.
Right at the back. Hey look, he's over here, you man. Is your dad getting his ear test?
Should I do this as I'm driving? No, because there's a wee man up there at security. So we've just come out of the Game of Thrones tour. I recorded one for the normal channel to put on the end of my thing, but I'll just do one for here. It's really good. We really enjoyed it. If you want to know anything about what we said about it, it's going to be on my main channel, so just watch that video. There were these two women that kept walking in front of every time you took a picture, you were doing panning a video right in front of it. So Darren was really horrible and spoilt several of their pictures by walking into them.
Did you hear it audibly go, "Ah"?
Well, why did she do it on us multiple times? Yeah. So yeah, but yeah, we really enjoyed it. It was really good. I'm not going to repeat myself. We bought a few wee bits in the gift shop. Actually, I'll probably show them to you when we get home. That's Isaac's. Actually, have you got passes the bag in, Isaac? And I'll do that now.
Let's see if I can't find it. I know it's bad here.
Oh,
Found it.
this is Darren's. He got a Night's Watch cap. Oh, that's really cool on the side. I like that. Game of Thrones studio tour on the back and on the side. The bag's really cool as well.
That's what I wanted one.
80p.
He charged me for it.
Darren paid 80p.
He never told me he was charging for bags.
I shouted and I says, "Here, I'll put you off." I says, "You'll have to pay for it."
Jeez.
Did you not hear me?
I'm going back.
So
He's had me. I've been mugged.
this is Darren's baseball top thing. So it's like House Stark with black sleeves, which I'm not.
As soon as you walked in.
I'm not going to take it out.
Merchandise. It was like, ooh, there it is.
And I got my dad a keyring. Just the Iron Throne. It's got a little bit there as well that says Game of Thrones studio tour. And Darren got me. Are they in your bag? You give me that. Take that back in, Isaac. And Darren got me these snake away. I said I didn't want anything. Queen of the North and Mother of Dragons, and they're cork backed with Game of Thrones written on the back, and a little Stark badge.
Yeah.
So we've all got some little presents
Because you were a good girl. Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
But yes, it was very enjoyable. We very much enjoyed it. And now we're going on a 1.5 hour drive back home. And yeah, I will check in with you guys probably tomorrow. Isaac's going to get his haircut tomorrow afternoon. So I'll check in with you to show you that. And that's about it. It's my parents' wedding anniversary, so I'm going to have to do that thing that is trying to find a bunch of flowers the day after Valentine's Day, which is no mean feat. I remember last year going to try and get some with no bloody chance. Might have to go to Marks and Spencer's, they're the only ones that tend to have them.
Might not be too bad tomorrow because it's not a weekend.
Last year, I can't remember what day it fell on, but last year we couldn't get any. Right, I'm gone now. So yeah, I should check in with you guys tomorrow. Just got back and I forgot to say it's Valentine's Day today. So let me show you. We don't really do Valentine's Day because it's silly, it's a waste of money, but just get something silly and we get a card. So let me show you our cards. And that is Darren's card to me. And I got down these, sorry, the shadow because of the light. That's that chocolate and a little foxy thing which I thought was dead cute. And Darren got me this little, it's like a little trinket box. And it's got sweeties, well, I bought sweeties and put them in. And I'm having a coffee. There's like 270 items on my phone and I've no idea how to get them off. Because my iPhone, like, see the transfer into the cloud thing? It just crawls. And when I connect it with the lead, it doesn't work. I have no idea why. I think you have to switch off it going to the cloud to get it to work or something. I'm not entirely sure. I'll have to go and get my lead and see if I can work it out. Hello, it is Tuesday. I've thought it was Sunday all morning because I'm going into my parents and we do that on Sundays. But it's their wedding anniversary today. Isaac has an appointment at the hairdresser's. So we're having a quick stop somewhere to see if I can find flowers, which is going to be a feat after Valentine's Day. And then I'll go to my mum's while the boys go downtown to get Isaac's haircut. And that's about the excitement for the day at the minute. We do intend to go see Unchartered this week, but that'll either be tomorrow or Thursday. I'm hoping that Robert tests negative, like in the next couple of days, and then, you know, there's nothing to stop him and Isaac playing together. We're going to wear Vertigo on Saturday, which, oh please don't, if that has to be cancelled, God only knows when it'll be able to be rebooked in for, because we're like the next 3 Saturdays. No, I don't want to bring another kid. We promised Robert. And what other kid would you bring? I know what other kid you would bring. I already told his mum that you had wanted to go with him, so it wouldn't be, and you'd have to wait ages anyway, and the point isn't waiting on Robert, the point is because you're booked to do something every bloody Saturday for the next 3 weeks. And other people would be too short notice to tell them about this Saturday. You can't invite somebody and then say, oh right, no, we're going to bring somebody else. That wouldn't be nice. Yeah, but another boy in his class, Ben, has come down with COVID as well now. So that's him and his brother both have it. So I would say that'll spread to the rest of the house because his little brother's only 4 or 5, I think. So you can't exactly isolate them, can you? So that'll be the whole household with it soon. But she said it's just like they've got a head cold and sniffles, so anybody I know that's had this strain has not been ill. They've just felt like they've had a cold. I shall check in with you guys later. Hello, it is Wednesday and we are headed to the cinema to watch Unchartered, which I've heard good reports for. It's supposed to be a fun family movie. We're going to book Isaac's screen for his birthday cinema, which is going to be like 2 weeks after his birthday, but what can we do? And hopefully Turning Red will be out. So we're just waiting on Darren, and then we shall be off. I shall let you know what Uncharted's like when we come out. Hopefully it will be good. Isaac's going to see Ruben tomorrow. He's going to Ruben's house from 2 till 7. So, and it doesn't fall when me and Darren can go to see Death on the Nile. It starts at 2:20. It's a 20-minute drive from our house to the cinema, so the only way we could go and see it would be if they call for him bang on time and take him right away, and that won't happen because it never does. So we could have spent tomorrow doing something nice, but unfortunately the way the time falls, they'd have come half hour earlier, we could have went and seen a film. But as it is, we're going to be stuck in the house.
Don't move out.
You'll need to move. Right, yeah, so that's what's happening. I have combed my hair. Why does my hair never look like it's been combed?
But it's a bloody amber weather warning out there for wind.
Yeah, it's very windy. It's not just Darren's behind. It's 10 degrees. Oh.
That's not funny.
Oh, you would have said it if you were saying it. So yeah, I shall let you know what the movie's like when we come out. No! We have just come out of the cinema from watching Uncharted 2, which I will probably put a short review up in the main channel for. I did record one. Sometimes they're just such a mess I don't use them though. And I'm not having time this week to do anything. I have to do my weekly catch up, which I haven't done. I have that video which I need to edit, and then I've got a Q&A which I will have to leave to next week, and I've got the Game of Thrones footage to go through, which, bloody hell, which is going to take me ages because I need to voice over it as well, because if I don't it's just going to be a video of all the stuff with music over, and personally I think that's a bit dull. So I can tell you what stuff is. Well, my mum wants to see it, so I have to keep it clean as well. I can't make any smutty jokes like Darren wanting to bend over in front of the statue of Jon Snow.
I don't want to bend over, I want to put my hands on his hips kneeling in front of him.
Oh, that's even worse.
Like I did with Ronald McDonald.
No, I'm glad you didn't, because like you said, that would have been on CCTV. So yes, we've just been to see Uncharted. Darren was very unimpressed. Me and Isaac enjoyed it. I think that's all you really need to know. It is one of those, well, for God's sake, that wouldn't happen movies, because the stunts are just insane. And there are stuff where you're saying to yourself, well, if they did that, that would happen in real life. But yeah, if you watch it and just enjoy it for what it is, like we didn't really sort of disassemble the giant ball chasing Indiana Jones, did we? So, and then falling into the pit of snakes, etc, etc. We just watched it and liked it. I think if we do that, you'll enjoy it. But in saying that, it's not on par with Indiana Jones, don't get me wrong. But then is that nostalgia goggles on my part because I saw Indiana Jones as a child and grew up with it? Possibly. I can't really say there was a great deal wrong with it. The acting was really good. I liked the relationship between the two main characters. I thought the bad people did a good job. They do. It's like it's very hard to do an adventure movie and not borrow from similar movies. So, you know, it's nothing new. You're going to have seen it all before. But to me, it's the type of movie you'd stick on TV on a Saturday afternoon and settle down and enjoy. It's that kind of movie. It's not one. You see, we go to the cinema to see a lot of movies. So we do see some that are better than others. If you don't go to the cinema often and you're making a special trip to go out, I wouldn't say it's the type of movie to do that with. Like, say, Spider-Man would be. But for your casual cinema goer like us that goes and sees most things, you could see a lot worse. So we're going home now. We've been to Tesco and Darren has managed to find another of the fleecy bedding, the teddy bedding, which is just the most comfortable bedding you've ever had in your life. If you want to try it, it's Silent Night. Is it called Teddy Fleece? Teddy
Fleece, but this has got Teddy Fleece sheet as well.
So he's managed to get a Teddy Fleece sheet, which we didn't have before.
You're never going to move again.
It's really hard to get out of bed. It's hard to get out of bed for me anyway, but with these on, it's just like doubly hard. It is white though, that's the only thing.
It's ivory cream.
Yeah, but it's going to be really easily dirty, is what I'm saying.
Does that mean you pee yourself up with orange?
Oh, Isaac, Jesus, I'm not going to pee myself.
Why would it go orange?
You haven't drunk enough?
I have drunk enough of that.
Right, anyway, so we've got some of that. I picked up some. We've booked the cinema for Isaac's birthday, although it is going to be 2 weeks after his birthday, strictly speaking.
Look at that, just a bloody crossing there.
Yeah, oh, it's ridiculous. Somebody crossing about
at a junction.
A few hundred like maybe 50 metres from an actual zebra crossing, bringing all the traffic to a standstill. So what was I saying? Yeah, we've booked the cinema. We're hoping for Turning Red, which is due for release the day before, which is a kiddies film. Problem is, the birthday thing we had planned, you could only have 6. So obviously I've invited 6 kids. I'd started buying the stuff for the party bags, because if you don't have kids, or if you haven't had kids relatively recently, like in the last 20 years or so, nowadays when you have a birthday party for your kid, all the kids attending must have party bags to go home with. Party bags that have things like sweets and little bits and bobs in. Cost you a bloody fortune. My parents are like, what? You have to give them something on his birthday? Yes. Similar to how I felt when I lived in England, and at work you had to bring in cakes for everyone else on your birthday. I thought that was a joke.
You know, I just thought now.
What?
Well, I ordered those baby Yoda key rings. We needed 6, it came as a pack of 8. Now we've got 10. Well, it's fine, because Sam and Connor, and I'll explain to Josie that the same stuff isn't in the bags because we only had bought for 6. Dog.
Yeah, it was a lovely little dog.
Schnauzer.
This is the problem that Darren's just highlighted. We had bought for 6. Oh dear God, come on, give me patience. We had bought for 6 people, and now for the cinema to rent a screen you must have a minimum of 10. So now we've got 10, and some of the stuff that we've got, like, we can't get any more of because it was the last in line. Or like in the example of those key rings Darren's talking about, he ordered them from China and they take, as you probably know, weeks to arrive, so we can't get any more of those. So I picked up some little Easter eggs. We bought these chocolate dogs. Now Isaac loves dogs and everybody loves chocolate, and I thought, oh, these would be quite cool to go in the,
and they're really heavy as well,
in the actual party bag. So I bought enough of these chocolate dogs, but there are no more of them. They were like end of line, so I've bought like little Easter eggs for the kids that haven't got a chocolate dog. But you sort of feel bad not having to say it, because kids, when I was a kid, I would have done the polite thing and said thank you very much and took my bag and went home and then dived into it.
Nowadays to go.
Nowadays, kids will actually take their bag and open it in front of each other, and oh, what do you get? You know, and it's like when they don't have the same thing. Kids today are so spoiled, honestly. So yeah, that's what we've been doing today. And I'm just tearing my hair out trying to think what I'm supposed to put in these bloody bags for kids that I'm providing a bloody cinema screening and treats for. I have to provide a bag for them as well. Yeah, getting back to that cake thing. Why? Whose idea? Now, this does not happen in Northern Ireland. I have never heard of it. When I moved to England, there were a few things that shocked me. One of them was that you have to pay for water. I still can't get over that. We don't pay water rates here. We never have. And when I was told you have to pay for water, it was like, excuse me? I thought it was actually a joke to start with. Then, also in England, if you rent, which we always have, you have to pay council tax as a tenant on top of your rent, which I'm sure anybody watching this knows. And council tax is generally in the ballpark of about £100 a month, depending in what area you live. In Northern Ireland, the landlords must pay the council tax. It's called rates here. But the tenant never pays. It's always the person that owns the property. It's never passed on to the tenant. So that was a bit of a shock. And then, if that wasn't bad enough, I found out that you have to buy cakes for everyone in work when it's your birthday.
I never agreed with that.
It's like, hang on, why am I buying cakes for everybody else on my birthday? Why are they not buying me a bloody cake? That's a bit crap. So that was a shock. Not that I didn't do it, I obviously did, but it's like, when you work in a large office, well, there's a lot of people and it costs you a bloody fortune to buy cakes for, especially when you don't like 3/4 of the people you work with. That's even worse. But yeah, is it any wonder women in offices put on weight? Everybody's buying cakes. So that's my moan for the day. So the upshot is, if you want cheaper rent, you don't want to pay for water or council tax, and you don't want to have to buy other people cakes on your birthday. Move here. So there you go. So we're heading home now. I'm having pizza with Isaac, because Isaac's been moaning for pizza. We went to the cinema, we were stood in the queue, and it suddenly occurred to Darren and Isaac that Isaac hasn't eaten any lunch. Because Isaac took himself upstairs and put himself on Fortnite, never came down and everyone else forgot, because me and Darren don't really eat lunch. We sort of eat once for breakfast and lunch and that's it. So, pizza, come with pizza, come with pizza. So we've rejigged what we're having for dinner so that Isaac can have pizza. Spoiled child. He said to me in the cinema, so for my birthday, have you just rented out the screen or the entire cinema? And I said, the screen, Isaac. Oh.
I didn't say it in that way.
In the comments below, tell that Isaac how spoiled he is.
I didn't mean it in that way.
What way did you mean it then?
I was wondering, and when I said, oh.
You thought for 10 children I would rent out an entire cinema.
7 screens were.
7 screens.
And he managed to come out with a toy for a bit of future.
No, he's bought that himself. I told him I'm not buying it. That £4 is coming out of his money. If you think I'm bad, I'm so skint right now, it's not funny. I try and keep my credit card bill like pretty low, and see between paying deposits for parties that aren't happening, that I haven't had a refund yet, deposit for the cinema party, trying to get crap for gift bags, Isaac's birthday at the end of the month. I literally not only have nothing in my bank account, my credit card has now got balance on it that I have to pay. Oh, to be a parent and to be skinty poos, fiscally challenged. I'll tell you what, we'll probably not end up in Florida next year. It'll be another year by the time we get there. It's really windy today. It's 9 degrees, but it feels like 1. It's so cold, and there is apparently an amber weather warning here for wind. Did you say it was tomorrow as well?
Today, tomorrow.
Right. So when you're up at Rubens, Isaac, there's a amber weather warning?
First.
Wind. Huh?
For what?
Wind. Stormy weather. I don't know if it's rain or not. No idea.
Might be getting a bit of snow.
Right, so I'll switch off now and concentrate on my driving. I doubt I have anything to tell you later this evening, so I'll check in at some stage later in the week. It's Friday, and it's that time. I think Molly's sulking. It's time for scouts, which means it's time for the dogs to be left in the room for a couple of hours. So they've got settled. We're just waiting on Isaac and Robert, who are upstairs. They've been playing together all day, so Robert's now COVID free, thankfully. Bless him, he's lost his entire half-term week. My slippers, oh, they can do right over there. So let's see what these two are at upstairs. See if you haven't got this shirt on, you'll hear me. You got your shirt on?
Yeah.
I'm filming you.
Why?
For my vlog.
1, 2, 3.
Friday night. Flipping freezing. Walking down to the tower centre. And yes, it's cold. I'm going to see if I can get the rest of the items to make up the gift bags now that we have an extra 4 going. And then I'm going to Argos to collect a sleeping bag for a Scouts weekend that is going on in a few weeks. Don't have children, it costs you a flipping fortune. Oh, we've come to pick up the kids and somebody's just pulled into the space there. I wanted to see if we could pick up some snow, but it's not picking up. Can you see the snow just falling in front of the building there? Yes, snow, folks. It is bloody freezing. It's 2 degrees at the moment. They're all in there, just waiting for them to come out. Back home and then out for an early morning to We Are Vertigo inflatable park in Belfast. The joy is palpable on Darren.
Yeah.
Can you see? I can just about see your face. Hang on.
Got my
There you go. Have you
on.
anything to say about looking forward? It's 3 for 2.
Yeah,
Robert, Isaac and the free space. Being from Yorkshire, do you want to use the free space?
I got the sports bra, so I can't.
No, you can go for a bounce.
No, not that
I
sports
could
bra.
pity it. I can give you a sports bra.
That'd be good. Well,
Are you going to go for
I'm
a...
not that ample. Not far off.
You have to make it unsuitable, don't you? This is supposed to be a suitable, just a nice vlog.
It is.
You have to lower the tone of it.
I do, but it is still a nice vlog.
Is it a bit snowy, Isaac?
I didn't think so.
Is it snowing?
It's risotto, Mike.
That means absolutely nothing to me. It's the young ones, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's snowing a bit. Look at that. Put the outside light on so you can see it. Big snowflakes. Molly's having a wee. I'm sure you don't need to see that.
Oh,
It is, and Darren's just taking his sweet time over there. It is Saturday morning. It's 1 degree. I had to clear the car of snow this morning with a kitchen brush. So we are now about to head up to pick up Robert to go up to our Vertigo inflatable park in Belfast. So I'll probably take some footage there. It all depends if you can actually see the park. For the last one we went to, the little cafe overlooking it, so I'll take some footage later if I can, but now we're setting off on the drive to Belfast. No, I don't. Hand them off. You need to be really far back to get a good picture.
Yeah.
Right, where's the... Are you cold?
Yeah.
Just a bit chilly.
It's colder in here than it is outside.
Yeah, it is. Icebox.
There's this plastic thing between the tables and the thing. And it is disgusting. And it's so cold in here. If you can see through this filthy plastic sheeting, there they are.
Have you seen Titanic up against today's big ships?
Harland and Wolff cranes in Belfast, very famous. Look at the water, the puddles, it's shocking. That place is a dump. It is awful. I'll tell you about it later. Hello, it is Sunday. I'm not going to stay talking, but you can perhaps hear at the background what type of day it is. See out the window. It is 5 degrees today.
The wind chill is really bad.
Oh, it's going down to 4 degrees now. So I've gone into my mum's, calling at a different shopping centre before to threefold. I need to go to Marks and Spencer's. My dad wants bloody hell. That's just someone that's overtaking 2 cars at once. My dad wants one of those coats that you wear over suits, you know, like to funerals and stuff. There's a £1 book token that Isaac got from school. Huh?
Make sure never behind that.
No, I did check before I pulled out. You say things now, I think I've missed stuff. Darren's a fantastic passenger seat driver. What's the curve? What's that cone? Have you looked behind you? Never did this till fast step. I want to go to the works to see if there's anything cheap for these gift bags. And there's a £1 voucher for books from £1 from Waterstones. Yeah, that'll get you a lot. That they gave to the kids that were doing well on their accelerated reading in school. So might as well go get rid of that as well. And that's about it. Robert was at Oars, I think, for 7 hours on Friday, and then yesterday again the same 7 hours from 10 in the morning. I went to wear Vertigo, which was, have I spoke about that yet? I don't think I maybe recorded tiny little bits while we were there. Haven't spoke about it yet. It was disgusting. It was freezing. So wear Vertigo, I don't know if you have these in England. The reason I say England is because the only people that watch this tend to be in England. If you watch this and you aren't, I apologise, because I haven't checked my comments for literally probably over a month. It's like a trampoline park. It's an inflatable, you know, like you get bouncy castles. Well, this is on an absolutely massive scale, and they've got like bridges and cudgel things you can hit each other with, and gladiator stuff. So we've been before to a different one, which was fine, and I thought we'd try this one just to see what it's like, because it's the newer one. and it's on Titanic Quarter in Belfast, which is quite like new and trendy, so I thought we'll try this one. First of all, it was colder inside than it was outside. It was freezing. The guy that was supposed to be giving the talk to the kids before they went in about what to do and not to do just couldn't appear any less interested. He took some kids in, didn't tell them, right, you'll get to go in this amount of time, so nobody knew what they were doing and they had to go to ask, which you should never do. If staff see someone standing about looking lost, they should come to you. The sky is red. There's a really ominous grey cloud going right across the sky in front of us. It's massive. It's like a completely horizontal line of grey cloud, and then everything above it's black. Dark grey, before Isaac corrects me. So they got in eventually, and what I noticed from watching kids that were in there is the stuff wasn't blown up as fully as it needed to be. Like, there's this blown up bridge thing, and the kids walk across it, and they have like these, I think they called them cudgels when they did the gladiators, and they whack each other with them. But the bridge was just like almost collapsing when the kids stood on it.
It's meant to be like that.
It's not.
No, Isaac, it's not meant to be the fact that you can't actually walk across it without it collapsing.
It's supposed to be able to stand up on it.
It's supposed to be able to stand up on it. So things weren't inflated as much as they needed to be, but the worst part of it was the cafe. Now, in the other place, and normally in this place, the cafe almost like overlooks the trampoline park, obviously because you want to keep your eyes on your kid.
It's a viewing platform.
Is it? Yeah, so it's like a cafe stroke viewing platform. So there would be kids in there much younger than Isaac where you need to really keep your eye. But because the whole thing is full of young kids, as an adult you don't want to be in there. Oh, I'm not able to be in there bouncing about. Darren wasn't for the life of him having any of it. There were no adults in there, it was all kids. But they had these plastic sheets. Now, I recorded them, I will put it in now.
It was a garden tent that was sat in.
So they had these plastic sheets, which were, I cannot tell you how dirty they were filthy. Darren says it was like a garden tent. There was this like scaffolding with these plastic sheets on the front with zips up, and you couldn't properly see through the plastic sheeting because it was so filthy, as you saw from the clip I just actually showed you. You couldn't see beyond the kids that were right in front of you. Darren went up to the counter to get, now we were freezing, so we wanted a coffee, a hot chocolate, and sorry, Darren wanted a mocha, hot chocolate, and I had like a wee tray bag thing. Darren went up to the counter and he said, can I have a mocha and a hot chocolate please? Oh no, the hot chocolate machine's broken. Alright then, can I have 2 coffees please? Someone else came over and said, oh, well, I can do you a hot chocolate. And the other girl looked at her like, but the machine's broken. Oh, I can still do one. Now obviously she means probably make a chocolate with instant powder, which is fine. And Darren says, oh, so can I have a mocha then? For anyone that doesn't know, basically a coffee with a spoonful of chocolate in it. Oh, no, we can't do you a mocha. But they did me a hot chocolate. Darren brought these back, right, almost a tenner for these few items. Darren brought it back over to the table, and honestly, I have never in my entire life not drunk hot chocolate. I had a few sips out of it. The top was like an oily film. I also took a picture of that, which I will put in. And I couldn't drink it, and a few sips out of it, I felt physically sick. I did not feel well at all. I couldn't drink it. It was so disgusting. There was no actual chocolate taste from it. It just tasted like oily hot water. It was minging. And my stomach wasn't right for the rest of the day. But the toilets, when you go in, this is a right rant. When you go in to the building, there's like a sign that says toilets. You follow it. It's a bit like Wetherspoons. You have to walk half a mile to get to the toilets. They're down a big flight of stairs, which at the bottom are the private party rooms. Now, don't think that sounds posh. The private party rooms are little partitioned sections in a really dingy, freezing cold, dark, underground area.
With old, unusable snooker tables down
Yeah,
there.
but basically crap that they've obviously had somewhere else that's broken, not used. Like arcade machines switched off, obviously broken, just like a dumping ground. Well, it looks like a big storage area with like a little cut-off room to the side of it. I would be embarrassed if I booked that for a kid's party and like the parents of Isaac's friends were showing up. I would be mortified at how just horrible it was. there was a big electrical cable running across the floor at the bottom of the stairs for the kids' party area, and obviously kids are going to be running about. It wasn't secured down. I don't know what was it that it was like plugged into. Did you notice?
It went to one of the inflatables for little kids.
It was just like across the floor, not secured. The only toilets in the entire building where I cannot even tell you how. It's been a while since I've been in toilets that were that run down, dirty.
1980s football ground toilets.
Awful. And there was a chair blocking the entranceway. I say entranceway because there wasn't even a door to the toilets. I think it was there to say you're not allowed in here. But they were the only toilets we could find in the entire building. Now you've got a massive inflatable park. It was really busy. I guess if I had to say how many kids were in at a time, would you say about 50 or 60?
Maybe more.
Maybe more. I would 60 at like a rough guess. It could be a lot more than that. So you have all those children, you have all their parents waiting, and you have one tiny little toilet down in a labyrinth at the bottom of the building, which is filthy, which is blocked off with a chair. I think there were 3 cubicles. There's no like male and female, it was just like a little crappy toilet stall. If there was any anywhere else, we couldn't find them and there were no signs.
And it was so small, you had to lean over the toilet to reopen the door to get out.
Yeah.
Because there was no room to stand.
There was not one positive thing that I could say about the place. It was so bad. I should be doing this separately as a video, but then again, the amount of vitriol you would get on YouTube if you left that sort of review. But the other place we've been to before, and it was fine, you know, nice and clean, friendly staff, the cafe, the stuff we got in it was absolutely fine, the inflatables looked clean, they were in better shape. It was awful. But the kids seemed to enjoy themselves, so at the end of the day when we left, it's like, well, as long as they enjoyed themselves, that was the main thing. So we went home, we went for McDonald's. Robert stayed with us until tea time, about 5, then he went home. And that was yesterday. Today we are going to my mum's as usual. And next week there's no real plans for. Molly's got her groom on Thursday. I've got another live stream on Thursday. From 7:30 to 9:30, and Robert will probably be over that day as well. So woe betide eyes that you cannot come anywhere near the kitchen at that time, because like I barely know these people, so I keep getting asked to be on live streams on YouTube. So there's another 3 that have asked me that I haven't been on yet. So everybody asks everybody, Isaac. It's just everyone in the film community, like they try and get everyone on at some stage. So it's quite a good setup they've got. They talk about I'll have done it by the time this goes up, by the way, because I'm 2 weeks behind in my vlogs as well again. They talk about, obviously when you do a live stream there's always people in the chat that can ask you questions, that can talk, and you read them out as you're all online at live. But they do a thing where they like read news and movie news that week, any big news, any big trailers that's broken, stuff like that, and then we talk about whatever the news is. So even if there aren't a lot of people asking stuff or people in the chat, there's always something to talk about, which I think is a good setup. Because some people, there's some individual YouTubers and the viewers they get when they do live streams, it's just ridiculous. And they're no better. Like some of the ones are really entertaining, like the Cinema Squad, for example. I really enjoy watching, and they don't get that many viewers. And to me, I don't know why. Some people just get, you know, some individual YouTubers that are in the movie community get, like, you can get 100 people watching them. Now that maybe doesn't sound like a lot, but that is, unless you're like a YouTube sensation. You know what I mean? 100 people watching you on a live stream is a lot of people. Generally, from what I've seen, most people that live stream, I've seen people live stream with 2 people watching. Generally, the number you kind of tend to get is somewhere between 10 and 20. But as I say, like when the Cinema Squad did their rubber duckies, which they put so much work into, when it started they had 100 viewers roughly, and that went down to 40 something. So, you know, keeping people interested and retained is really hard. I just would love to know how some people do it. But anyway, that's boring. I've talked the whole way in the road again. I have put my Game of Thrones video up. If you want to see it, it's on my main channel. You probably have seen it by now, but I'll be where I'm going soon, so I shall switch off. I may do a little bit of footage in the shopping centre if I remember. If not, thank you for watching this week's weekly vlog, and I shall catch up with you guys next week. You don't have to wear masks here anymore, but most people do. You can see Darren obeying. There's a guy coming there with one, a woman coming with one. Most people tend to be wearing them. Next, too fucking expensive. Look at this gorgeous jumper. I want this badly. It's 34 quid for a flipping jumper. We got, hold that so I can show them what we got for the bags.
We got Peppa Pig book for the bag, yeah.
Little squishy faces.
Which I really want to open.
For the gift bags. Here comes Darren.
Which I really want to open.